Okay, let's try again. Can everybody hear me? Can we have just a yes or something in the chat section if you can hear me? I think it's working better now than it was before since I logged out and logged in again. We seem to have very few attendees. I've not been promoting it because I've been travelling. You have disappeared, Graham, Mark says. Have I reappeared yet? Anybody there? Can you hear? I'm broadcasting from my hotel room. No sound, no picture, it says. I don't know why. Ah, Rainer says he can hear. Good. Jim Van says he has sound and video. Rainer, yes. Mark, no sound, no picture. Mark, try refreshing. Okay. I'll give just a minute for to see if Mark can get through to us. There are only a few of us here, and I think I know you all personally. And as I say, I'm broadcasting from my hotel room in Devon, and I have no controls, and I've not got any downloads loaded. I've not done anything. I've just been trying to keep on top of things while we've been away. Mark says, okay, all working now. Good. Okay. As I say, I think there's only the three of you here. So we may as well use this session to really go over what I'm proposing. I've been doing some surveys and asking some questions, and what I've found are the two big things that people want. One is leads, and two is list building. And these really go hand in hand, and they're very misunderstood and not done very well by most people. People are told they don't need a website, they don't need an autoresponder, they don't need all sorts of things, and frankly, that's nonsense. The two essentials that you do need are a website and an autoresponder, because without those, you're not going to be successful in building a list. And it's pretty easy to build a list, but you need a list that opens your emails when you send it to them. Because if they're not opening your emails, you can't get into communication with them. And if you can't get into communication with them, you're not going to build rapport. And if you don't build rapport, you're not going to make sales. It's really as simple as that. So what I'm going to do, starting on Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, when I get back home and back into the office and we get up and running again, I am going to start an aggressive list building campaign. Okay, I'm going to start it from scratch, as if I didn't have a list. I'm going to ignore all my existing lists, and I'm going to build from scratch. And I'm going to start by setting up a website, targeting the niche that I am looking at. I'm going to be looking probably at two niches that I'm going to be building this for. Two very high high income. There's masses of money in both of them, and yet because of that, there is massive competition. So you've got to know what you're doing and how to do it. And the two I'm going to be aiming at are the make money online and the health. And both of them cover wide range of subjects, and you could drill down, but I'm going to be very general in them. You could drill down in the make money online because you could be doing the list building, you could be doing lead capture, you could be doing CPA marketing, you could be doing affiliate marketing, you could be doing multi-level marketing, you know, all these sorts of things. There are thousands and thousands of ways that you could drill down, but I'm going to be generalizing. I'm just going to be looking for people that are interested in making money online. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, as I say, set up a website for that, and I'm going to use the same website because I'm going to link it into the health, and that once again covers masses of things. It covers healing, homeopathic healing, treating specifics like gout, acne. These are really lucrative markets. It involves weight loss, which is a huge market. All these sorts of things, okay? But I'm going to be generalizing on that and possibly targeting the pain thing to an extent, because I'm excited by a product that's been unveiled on the market. We only had, when I joined, there were I think about 1,000 distributors. There were up to 1,400 last I heard, and that's probably doubled or trebled by now in the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to be looking at building lists that will work for both of those niches, and I'm going to be setting up the website. I'm going to be going through setting up a website, setting up the landing page. That's not the lead capture page, the landing page. That's where I'm going to send people initially. And how we're going to do that, and what's behind it, what the purpose of the landing page is, how we're going to make it work, how we're going to get people to open our emails. We've got to get them to opt in, so we're going to be building lead capture pages as well. We're going to be doing that on the website. I'm going to be showing you how to do that. I'm not going to be using specific software to do it, because I believe that the best way to capture leads is, well, I'm going to go through it all anyway. The problem with using software for lead capture pages, even if or there's leadpages.com, which have thousands of different ones that you can choose from. There is software building stuff, you know, where you can just add your own backgrounds and put in your own words and things, which I believe is better than lead pages. But you've got to be unique, because if you're using something like one of the templates from any of these systems, thousands of other people are using that template, and somebody comes along, you send an ad out to somebody, or they respond to an ad, however the ad is, and they look at that template and they say, oh, I've seen that before, and they don't bother because they think they've seen it, because it's the same template that somebody else has used with something totally different. So you miss out on hundreds and hundreds of opt-ins by using templates. It doesn't matter how successful they are, it doesn't matter what your opt-in rate is, whether you're getting 50, 60, 70%, you're still missing a large number because they've seen that template before and they say, I've seen that and I wasn't interested then and I'm still not interested now. Okay? So you've got to have your own unique squeeze pages, lead capture pages, and I'm going to show you how to set those up. We're going to set up a minimum of 3, and we're going to split test them. And then what we do when we split test those, we find the 2 that are performing the best, and we keep those as a control, and we set up a different one, and we get rid of the one that's performing badly, and we try and do something with that which can beat the other two. And we're constantly doing this and changing it until we get, well, we're constantly doing it anyway, but we're constantly looking for improvements in the opt-in rates. So we've got to be tracking things, we've got to be split testing, and I'm going to show you how to do all that using your own website. It is important to build your own website. You've got to build your brand. Your brand is very, very important, and that is what is going to create the interest, and that is what is going to start getting the emails opened. I'm also going to be running a campaign, and I'm going to be putting emails in on a regular basis, and you can use exactly the same emails as me. Because what we're going to do is we're going to be running consistently giving value. We're consistently going to be teaching people things. We're going to be consistently offering them help in doing exactly what we're doing, and that is building a list or getting leads. And so that is something that is important. So I'm going to be doing that, and those emails, as I write them, they'll be available to you, and you can use those. You can use exactly the same system. You can follow it through with me, and I am going to aggressively build a list. And what I mean by aggressively, I'm going to be putting thousands and thousands and thousands of people into the lists that I'm building on a monthly basis. We're going to use different ways to capture the leads. We're going to use what is probably the best and the easiest way for everybody, and that's solo ads. We're going to do a little bit of Facebook marketing, a little bit of CPV and CPC marketing, and we're going to do some banner ads, and all these things we're going to put together purely to build your list. Because if you've not got a list, you've nowhere to go. If you're advertising and they're not going through your lead capture page, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your money. If you're not building your list and you're not getting plenty of people opting into your list and plenty of people opening the emails that you send, you're wasting your time and you're wasting your money. I don't care what it is, whether it's an online business, an offline business, whatever you're selling, whatever you are looking at business-wise, you've got to have a list of people that are interested in what you're telling them and will open your emails. And if you haven't got that, you're wasting your time. It's just a non-starter. So ignore all the stuff that you've been told about not needing this, not needing that, not needing whatever. You need a website, you need an autoresponder, you need to be able to generate sufficient income from your list building activities to be able to continue to do them. Because if you're going to try and build a list using free methods, there's no such thing as free. You're either spending time and effort and energy, or you're spending cash, or you're doing a mixture of the two. But if you're trying to do it with free methods, it's going to be a cold day in hell when you start seeing thousands of opt-ins. Can it be done? Yeah, I suppose it can. Nothing's impossible. But generally speaking, if you're looking at building a list using free methods, you're looking at 18 months before you start seeing decent results. There's no reason you can't use some free methods ongoing, and that'll build actually through your website. And that's why it's important to have your website, because 18 months down the road you'll have a website that is of great value, whether you want to sell it, whether you want to keep it and use it, and it will start producing free opt-ins as well. But it's not going to happen straight away. And if you're aggressive about your business, if you want your business to get started, then you're going to have to use paid methods. And if you're using paid methods, you want to get some income back from what you're spending to enable you to continue to put your list building and keep it going. It's no good saying, oh yeah, I'm going to build a list. I've got $100 and you do $100 solo ad and that's it, because what you're going to get, a couple of hundred clicks. If you've got a really good lead capture page, you'll get 50, 60 opt-ins, maybe a few more if you've got a really good list, and that's it. What are you going to do with 50 or 60 people on your list? It's a start, but it's nowhere near what you need. You're looking to put thousands and thousands and thousands of people in, and you want to put them in as quickly as possible. And the only way to do it is through paid advertising. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to show you how to monetize things. I'm going to show you how you can pay for it. You won't always break even. Sometimes you'll spend $100 and you'll get $60 back, so you'll be $40 out of profit. Sometimes you'll spend $100 and you'll get $150 back. So it swings and roundabouts. But you've got to put all this into your list building, and that way you can keep going and keep reinvesting your cash and building your list bigger and bigger and getting more and more responses from it. So that's what we're going to do, and that's what we're going to concentrate on, because you need that for any business, whatever type of business it is you've got, whatever you're trying to do, however you're trying to generate your income. If you're not doing what I'm going to be showing you, then it's not going to be, it's not going to work. It's as simple as that. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be doing it on a course that we're going to put together, and it's going to be whenever I do something on it, I'm going to shoot a video on it. I'm going to start from absolute scratch. You're going to see an absolutely empty autoresponder set up. You're going to see a new website set up. You're going to see new emails added in, and you will have access to all the information from that. You'll be able to copy everything I do to get the same results that I get within 10%. You might get better or you might get worse. You might have ideas that you can implement yourself that'll take it up and beyond that, and hopefully you'll be able to share those with me so I can do a bit better too. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to be putting this into the back office at SOAP. We're going to start in the free members area, and we're going to move it into the level 1 for things like setting up your website and everything that you need to do there, because until you've got that in place, it's no good doing anything else. Until that is all set up and working in the way that it should, you need all your pages, the right pages in place. It's no good sending traffic to it. And then we're going to go through all that, setting it up right, setting up the autoresponder in the right way with the initial messages, the way that we're going to get people to make sure that they are giving us good emails. I'm going to show you how to do that, because otherwise you're going to get a lot of people putting in bad email addresses, and once again, if they've got bad email addresses, it's going to just bounce and get removed from your list anyway, and they're never going to get opened. People use also good email addresses, but they use what they call their spam box. So they use an email address that they never check, and they use it just to opt into things. We're going to get around that. We're going to show you how to get around that. We're going to show you how to build aggressively a responsive list, a list where people are opening your emails, and you're going to get your open rates increased and your click-through rates going as well. I'll be using SOAP's autoresponder, yes I will, and I'll be using SOAP's hosting, and I am gonna, as I say, I'm gonna put in thousands of people per month into the list, and you'll be able to look over my shoulders and, as I say, copy exactly what I do. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you, and then you can do it. And if you've got problems with things, you'll be able to put them in the comments, and I'll answer the questions. So it'll be a tell, a show, and you'll be able to do it and get results from it. So that is my big project that I am going to be doing, and as I say, we're going to show you how to monetize it, not to the extent of making fortunes from it, which is possible, but to monetize it initially. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to monetize it initially, so that we can get enough money to make the thing work and keep it going. Okay, and so as I say, that's the big project. I'm going to be also working on changing some of the videos in SOAP, some of the welcome videos, some of the videos once people get in to the back office, some of the stuff that's in there. I'm going to be working on making that more relevant. I want to make the site simpler. I need to get a clear plan for the programmers of what I need done, and there are things that are going wrong at the moment. I'm not in the office, but I found out that, for example, the resources tab's not opening. Whether or not that's been fixed or not, I don't know. I've not had time to check it yet. And the place where you can add your different opportunities, that's also missing from the menu at the left, I believe. So those are some things that I found are not working. But it is possible to have what they call the laptop lifestyle. I don't have a laptop lifestyle because I don't tend to travel around a lot. So I don't tend to use my laptop a lot, but I've got this laptop here and I'm using it now. But I prefer to go somewhere. If I like it, I buy somewhere and I settle there for a while, and so it's a more permanent thing for me. It's not like living and running your business from a mobile phone, which is the future of marketing. And we will be moving over towards that so that people can do that. It's not about running your business from your laptop, or mine isn't, because as I say, I tend to stick in one place once for 3-6 months a year, usually 3 months minimum. I tend to get itchy feet after a few years, so I'm not normally in one place for more than 3 or 4 years, and I move on. But it's not what's referred to as the laptop sale. I don't wander around with my laptop and go into a coffee shop and this sort of thing that you've seen all these adverts for. I have freedom, and freedom is available to anybody that operates an online business, whether you're running it from your laptop, your telephone, or from a home office that can be anywhere in the world. It gives you the ability to do that, and it means that if you feel like, instead of living here and you want to go 500 miles or 5,000 miles away, you can do it. All you need to do is just go there and set up your little office, whether it's on your laptop or on your desktop or whatever, and it's as simple as that. And so you get that freedom with an online business. But All the principles are the same. Leads, list, open rate, click-through rate. That's it. If you master those, where to get the leads, how to get them to opt in, how to get them to open your emails, and how to get them to click on your links, you can make as much money as you want whenever you want. Really is that simple. Just those 4 things you need to master. But people don't take the time to do it. So I'm going to show you, and it's up to you whether you do it or not. I'm going to show you starting from scratch, and you'll be able to see what I do and how I monetize it, so that I'm building a list essentially at no cost. Some of the tips and tricks that I'm using, some of it's new technology, very new opportunity to monetize leads. Some of it is really old stuff that has been around for quite a long time. And you bring them all in and you use them to make the thing work for you. Okay, we have a massive 4 people on this call, on this webinar. So have we got any questions about anything at all while I'm here? As I say, I'm on vacation. I'm just running around the southwest of England at the moment with my wife and sister-in-law and dog before my sister-in-law goes back to the States. How does this apply to TCC Leads program? The TCC Leads program, Jim, will remain essentially the same, but I have been looking at new suppliers, and there is going to be a very big order going in the very near future. You're going to be seeing a lot of leads coming into, a lot of clicks coming to your autoresponder, and they should be opting in, but it will be beneficial to use some of the techniques that I'm going to be teaching in the list building to apply to those leads, because what I've heard from people is they're not getting people to open their emails, they're not getting people to respond to them. If a person is interested enough to opt in to your lead capture page, there is no reason why they should not be opening your emails if you start off in the right way and you let them know that you want to provide them with value and build a relationship with them. But if you don't do that, they're getting bombarded with emails from all sorts of lists that they opt into. People go around and they, oh, this looks good, I'll opt in there, and I'll opt in there, and then they get a load of emails coming in, and they don't know who they're from, and they say, oh, I haven't got time to open all those, and they just delete them. So you've got to make yourself different, and that's why I talk about branding, and that's why it's important to go through your own website, really, and get some branding going there. Any more questions? I've answered 2 that I've seen coming through. Will you use SOAP's autoresponder? Yes, I will. How does it apply to TCC leads? It applies to it in the way I've just described, but it applies to any leads program. You've got to start off, you've got to create the right impression from day one, because if you don't, you've lost that chance of impressing somebody with your personality, with your brand, and you're going to go through life with an ever-building list of people that don't open your emails, and you might as well not have a list if they don't open your emails. Make sense? Any more questions? Questions? We've been on the air about 30 minutes since I got it sorted out. The first time, well, 2 times, the first 2 times I logged in, excuse me, it didn't seem to work, so I was a little bit late getting started, but been on the air probably 30, 35 minutes. And as soon as we finish here, I'm going to grab my wife and sister-in-law, and we're going off to enjoy a meal at a restaurant that's highly recommended out in the wilds on Exmoor. So that's what's going to be happening, and it's going to be a benefit to anybody, no matter what business they're building, what organisation they're with, whatever company they're with, whatever, whether they're even online or offline business. Because an offline business, if you like a bricks and mortar business, whatever you want to call it, needs to have an online presence today. Otherwise, it's just missing out. And so it's going to be a benefit to somebody that's got an existing bricks and mortar business that wants to develop their online presence. So literally anybody that's in business or wants to be in business, wants to make money, this course will benefit. Now, as I say, we're going to start it off in the free area just to give the grounding. We're going to move into level 1 when we're talking about the hosting, setting up your website and this sort of thing. Because if you're not at level 1, you don't have the hosting. So, and we're going to move it up levels as we get more advanced. So we're going to get some really neat tricks so that you can have by this time next year, if you've not got 250,000 people on your list, it's because you're not taking action on what I teach you. It's really as simple as that. And if you've got 250,000 people on your list and you've got an average open rate for a decent list, the average is probably only about 10 to 15% open rate. That doesn't mean that it's the same 10 to 15%, although it often is. You've probably got about 30% that open. It depends on your subject line and this sort of thing. But you won't find many lists where they're getting better than 15% open rate on a regular basis. But if you follow what we're doing now, you will find that you can get open rates as high as 35 and 40%. And if you've got 250,000 and you've got an open rate of 30%, there's no way you can't make money. Do you need a personal website to brand yourself? There's two answers to that. You need to build a brand. You can brand yourself, and to do that, you need a personal website, yes. And you need perhaps to build a brand that isn't personalized to you, so that it's more generic. And that's why you'll find that top marketers have more than one website. They'll have their own topmarketer.com, and they will, which is their name, Top Marketer, and they will have howtomakemoneyonline.com or howtocureacne.com or this sort of thing, you know, because they'll build a brand around their niche, and they will build a brand around themselves, and you put the two together and you get synergistic power. So yeah, you do. If you I mean, what's the cost of a website? It's I don't know. I don't even know. I mean, I've got lots and lots of domain names registered, and I honestly don't know what I pay for them. But at a guess, it's probably $10 a year for a .com registration. If you with SOAP and you're at level 5, and I think most of the people on this webinar are, you can host as many as you want. There's no additional costs for, you could have 150, 200, you can have 1,500 websites, and there is, it's just a case of setting them up. So there's no reason why anybody should say, oh, I don't want a website. It's easy to build websites nowadays. It's going to get even easier as more technology comes in. When I started 15, 16 years ago, it was quite a difficult process. You had to have special software like Dreamweaver and this sort of thing to build a website, unless you were a coding expert. Dreamweaver, I think, was going back 15, 16 years. Can't remember, but I think it was about $500 or $600 to buy. So it was quite an expensive package at that time. And that just gave you this, what you see is what you get type of thing that's available now for free. And as I say, as we progress, there will be, in fact, I know now of a system that's coming along which you'll all want to move to once you get going, which is going to integrate your website building and your tracking and your conversion rates, your autoresponders, the whole lot. Millions and millions of dollars are going into this with top programmers and things, and it will be available, I would think, before Christmas, and that is going to be right at the cutting edge of technology as we know it now, and as we will know it then, and whether or not something comes along that's even better than that, or whether they can keep in the forefront, we don't know at this stage. But that certainly is going to change the way that things are done in the very near future. And it's going to be, from what I can gather, talking to the people that are behind this, it's going to be very, very reasonably priced, and it's going to have CRMs in it and all sorts of things. People now, a good CRM is customer relationship management or systems. They're paying $2,000 for the initial setup of a CRM, plus monthly costs for different things on top of that. Very expensive for a very good system. The people behind this are looking at integrating the whole thing into this package for peanuts a month. It's going to be a game changer. How about showing us how to develop a strategy to really build a big TCC program? This strategy that I'm going to be teaching you, Stan, will help you build anything really big. It's all about those 4 things I talked about: getting leads, getting them to opt in, getting them to open your emails, and getting them to click the links in those emails. And that's whatever campaign, whatever it is you're doing, it's the same. Whether it's building a big turnkey cash cow program, whether it's building a multi-level marketing business, whether it's selling CPA offers, same 4 things. You need your leads, you need your list building, you need to get them to opt in, you need to get them to open your emails, and you need to get them to click on your links. And if you can do 4 things, you can do whatever you want. It's as simple as that. Do you use WordPress to build a website? Yes, I will be using WordPress because I am technologically advanced, and I find it the easiest way to do things. You can use what you want. I will be using WordPress, and I'll be showing you how I do it on WordPress. And it won't be complicated, because it's complicated. I can't do it. I'm telling you now, it's as simple as that. It will be simple, but you will need to put in the effort and the time, and you will need to mess around with it, get it right, get it the way that you want it. But if you do it, you will have the laptop lifestyle. Not that I want a laptop lifestyle. I don't like working on laptops, but you will have that freedom. You will have that freedom. Any more questions? Because if we're not, I'm going to sign out. It's 10 to 4 here in the UK, and we will be having getting back into our weekly webinars on next week, from next Saturday, and we'll be covering some of the things that we're doing along the list building lines, but we will be as well pushing very heavily the TCC system. If you're not getting people to the webinars that we run, you're missing your opportunity, because we are getting signs from the webinars. There are 2 people I've had join me that have been on my webinars, and they've come in just this last week while I've been away, and unfortunately they're having a little bit of a problem with the 2 things I mentioned, the link for the resources and the link for the EN and other programs. Okay, that's great. Well, thank you all for being here. As I say, it was poorly attended, but I hope that the 4 of you that were here got some benefit from that. I look forward to getting home and getting started on this project. It's going to, it really is all you need. It really is all you need. It's there, and you'll be able to use that as well to leverage people into your opportunities, your whatever they are, whether it's SOAP or TCC or anything else, because you'll be helping them and giving them value. Okay, right, I'm off for my meal. I'm gonna get lost in Exmoor and enjoy the rest of the day, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day and the weekend. God bless you all, and I look forward to getting this started next week. As I say, Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll be back Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll be getting this started, getting set up with it, and make sure that you get people on the webinars every week, because they'll help you make sales too. Okay, God bless. That's it from me. No more questions here. I'm gone. Okay. How do I switch it off? I'm gone as soon as, oh, there we go.